I will be teaching you chapter number 3 of electrodynamics, and that is called as capacitors. Okay, so this is the lecture number first of the capacitors. Okay, for class 12. Okay, so it's for class 12, and these are the contents. So content number 1 is basic definition about capacitors. Number second is capacitance of capacitors. Number third is capacitor with dielectrics and series and parallel combination of dielectrics. Number 4 is circuit theory in capacitors, which is almost similar to the circuit theory as studied in the current electricity. Number 5 is energy stored in capacitors. Number 6 is common potential and switching problems. Number 7 is dielectric strength and breakdown voltage. Number 8 is Venn diagram generator. Okay, so capacitors, it is very important for both class 12th as well as for the competitive exams like NEET, AIMS and JEE. Okay, so first of all, you pause the screen and write this down. Okay, pause the screen and write it down. So we'll be starting with the basic definitions in the capacitors. Let's start with the basic definitions of the capacitors. Okay, basic definitions. Okay, so basic definitions are basic terminology. Basic definitions. Basic definitions. Okay, basic definition of the capacitors. First of all, we'll start with that there are two types of substances based depending upon the conductivity. All the substances are classified in two categories with insulators and conductors. Okay, so there are two types of substance. Okay, so number 1 is what? Number 1 is conductor, and number 2 is insulator. Number 2 is insulator, or it's also called as dielectric. It's also called as dielectric. Okay, so first of all, how we define the conductor and insulator? Simply, the simplest definition of the conductor is that it is that substance which conducts, simply it conducts electric current. As simple as that. It conducts electric current. The reason is that there are free charge carriers present in the conductors and which contribute the conduction. Okay, examples. For example, all metals. Simply, metals are the example of conductors. Like there is copper, there is iron, there is aluminium, there is silver, there is gold, and so on and so forth. So all these are the examples of conductors. Simply the substance that conduct current, electric current, are called the conductors. Okay, then next is insulators. How we define insulators? Insulators are defined as those substances that don't conduct electric current. Don't conduct. Dielectrics are defined as those substances that don't conduct electric current. Don't conduct electric current. Don't conduct electric current. Simplest definition. Okay, and examples. There are again huge number of examples. Like there is wood, it does not conduct electric current, so it is what? It's an insulator. In the same way, there is for example, plastic. There is plastic. There is rubber. There is ceramic. These are all the examples of insulators. Okay, simplest, basic definitions. Okay. Then further, these insulators, they are classified in two categories. There are two types of insulators. There exist two types of insulators. Okay, one we call as polar insulators or polar dielectrics, and another we call as non-polar dielectrics. Okay, so there are two types of insulators. Type first is polar dielectric, and number second is non-polar dielectric. Okay, now what we mean by polar dielectric? Simple definition: polar dielectric is defined as that insulator which contains polar molecules, which is composed of polar molecules, and non-polar is that which is composed of non-polar molecules. Okay, now what we mean by polar molecule? Polar molecule is that molecule whose dipole moment is not equal to 0, and non-polar molecule is that molecule whose dipole moment is equal to 0. Okay, so we'll be defining these polar dielectrics and non-polar dielectrics and studying them in detail. Okay, na beta? So let's switch to the polar dielectric and non-polar dielectric. Okay, now you just pause the screen and write it down. So let's start with the polar and non-polar dielectrics. So I'll rub this off. अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. So what we mean by polar dielectrics? First of all, there is polar dielectric, and on the other hand, there is non-polar dielectric. Non-polar dielectric. Later on, you will see why they are called as dielectrics. There's a reason why they are called as dielectrics. Okay. Polar dielectric. Now, simply what we mean by polar dielectric: composed of polar molecules. As simple as that. Composed of polar molecules. Polar molecules. And example, classical example is NaCl. It is a polar molecule, okay? And this one composed of non-polar molecules. Composed of non-polar molecules. Non-polar molecules. Composed of non-polar molecules, okay? And the simplest structure is like this. For example, here we have polar molecule simply represent like this. So that this is a negative charge center and this is a positive charge center, and the two charge centers they are separated from each other. And hence there is the dipole moment which is directed from negative to positive like this. This is a dipole moment. And the dipole moment is in turn equal to the one charge multiplied by the separation. Suppose the separation is equal to d, it is like this, q multiplied by d. This is the way we define dipole moment, and obviously it's not equal to 0. It's not equal to 0. Okay? But for the non-polar molecules, there are a huge number of non-polar molecules. Like for example, if we take the example of carbon dioxide, it's a non-polar molecule. If we take the example of in the same way, there's water, it is a polar molecule. There's carbon dioxide, it's non-polar. CH4, that's non-polar. etc. Okay? So many examples of non-polar molecules are there. Okay? So non-polar molecules simply represent like this, so that the positive charge center and the negative charge center, they coincide. They overlap. That means the D will be equal to 0, or the dipole moment that is equal to 0 in this very case. Okay? So simple, that polar dielectric is that which is composed of polar molecules, and non-polar is that which is composed of non-polar molecules. Take it a beta? Okay. Now let's see the structure of the polar dielectric. It's like this. For example, if we take a slab, a cuboidal slab of polar dielectric, and a cuboidal slab of a non-polar dielectric. Okay. Let us peep into this structure. Let us see what actually happens inside. Okay. So there are infinitely many millions and millions of non-polar molecules. In this very case, and again millions and millions of non-polar molecules here. Okay. So let's concentrate on them. Okay. So we have suppose this is here one non-polar molecule, negative, positive. This is another molecule like this, negative, positive, like this, and this another molecule, positive, negative. They are randomly oriented. Another one like this, positive, negative. Another one like this. This here negative, positive. Another one like this, positive, negative. Another one like this, negative, positive. And so, okay. Okay. In the same case, so here we have the structure. This is here positive, negative, one molecule, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, randomly oriented. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, like this. Okay, fine. Now the dipole moment of each molecule is what? That is equal to 0, not equal to 0. Obviously not equal to 0. So the dipole moment of each molecule is not equal to 0, isn't it? But the dipole moment of the whole dielectric, T net, the whole dielectric is obviously equal to 0. Because they are randomly oriented. These are small vectors like this, negative to positive, one vector, another vector, okay, another vector. Now they are randomly scattered, implies that their resultant will be obviously equal to 0. They are like n number of vectors forming adjacent sides polygon taken in same order, so their resultant will be obviously equal to 0. In this very case, dipole moment of each molecule is equal to 0, and the net dipole moment is obviously again equal to 0. That means there is similarity between the polar dielectric and the non-polar dielectric, and that's like this. If we have an isolated polar dielectric or an isolated non-polar dielectric, the net dipole moment in both the cases is simply equal to 0. But there is a minor difference, and that's like this: dipole moment of each molecule is not equal to 0, but the dipole moment of each molecule is equal to 0. Okay, fine. Okay, so write down this important point at the end of the day. Write down this important point, and the important point is this: that is in isolated dielectric. Now this dielectric can be what? It can be polar or it can be non-polar. The net dipole moment of the substance is simply equal to 0. Net dipole moment is equal to 0. Okay. So we are done with the basic definitions like polar dielectric and non-polar dielectric. The next what we'll do is this: we'll place this polar dielectric and non-polar dielectric in a region of uniform electric field. Okay, so you just pause the screen और यहाँ तक लिखो बेटा. Is it done? Okay, I will wrap this off now. उतना ज़्यादा rocket science इसमें कुछ है नहीं. It's a simple concept, okay? And I'm sure that you are getting me, you are following me. अब ध्यान को बेटा. So next topic is like this, which is important, and that is again it's very basic. Okay, you will understand it quite easy. So that's like this: behavior. Write it down. Behavior of dielectrics. Dielectrics in external electric field. In external electric field, and that's uniform electric field. Uniform electric field. What I will do is that I will place a dielectric slab that can be polar or non-polar in a region of uniform electric field, and then I will see what will happen to the dielectric. Okay. So now obviously there are two types of dielectrics, and number one is polar dielectric, and number second is non-polar dielectric. Isn't it? Polar dielectric and non-polar dielectric. Okay, beta? Okay. So what I will do is this. This is, for example, this is a dielectric, polar dielectric, and isolated polar dielectric. Okay. Now it contains huge number of molecules, and all those molecules are what? They are randomly oriented like this. This here, one molecule, another molecule, another molecule, another molecule, another molecule, like this, etc., etc. Okay. So this is positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. They are randomly oriented, so that the net dipole moment is what? That's obviously equal to 0. Beta? Because they are randomly oriented. This is isolate. Isolate implies that the electric field is equal to 0. Okay, so in this very case, electric field is equal to 0. No external electric field is applied. In the next moment, what I will do is this: I will switch on the electric field. Okay. So suppose that here we have this a positively charged plate and this a negatively charged plate. ठीक है ना बेटा? Positively charged plate है negatively charged plate. Okay. Suppose we place it here. So this is a negatively charged plate. So this has plus sigma charge density, and this one has minus sigma charge density like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? Uniform charge density plus sigma minus sigma. Okay. So obviously there will be a uniform electric field in between the two plates, and what's that electric field equal to? That's equal to, it will be in this direction, uniform electric field denoted by E naught, external electric field. ठीक है ना बेटा? Because of this, it is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. And because of this, it is in the same direction, sigma by 2 epsilon 0. So plus. So that net electric field is simply equal to sigma by epsilon 0, and it is directed from positive to negative. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. Next, what I will do is this: I will place this polar dielectric in the region of uniform electric field. Okay. So what will happen to it? We have already studied the electrostatics. अगर आपको याद होगा बेटा. For example, this is a region of uniform electric field. ये ले लो plus sigma, ये ले लो minus sigma. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. Now this is a dipole here, electric dipole, and suppose that this here plus q charge and this is minus q. This is an electric dipole which is placed in a region of uniform electric field. Obviously, it will experience a torque like this. This charge experiences force in this direction, Q multiplied by E. This experiences force in this direction, Q multiplied by E. Now this QE, this QE, they will form a couple, and hence will tend to rotate the dipole in the direction of electric field like this. They will rotate the dipole like this about this axis, which is passing through its center. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, and it will tend to align the dipole in the direction of the electric field like this. So this here plus Q, this minus Q. That's what happens to this. Okay. So this is a polar dielectric. Now it contains infinitely many number of such dipoles. Now when each dipole will, what is true for one dipole is true for all those millions of dipoles. ठीक है ना बेटा? So because of that, so it implies that whenever this polar dielectric is placed in a region of uniform electric field, each electric dipole will experience a torque, and thereby tending to align the dipoles in the direction of the electric field. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. So like this it is. But perfect alignment is not possible. A perfect alignment. The reason that all these dipoles will have the thermal kinetic energy equal to 1 by 2 kT. And it is because of that thermal kinetic energy will avoid a perfect alignment of the dipoles. Okay, so all these dipoles will be placed somewhat like this. I say will be placed somewhat like this. A perfect alignment is not possible. Okay, taken a beta. In such a way that the positive end will be attracted towards the negative plate and the negative end will be attracted towards the positive plate. As simple as that. So this will be negative end, this will be positive, negative, 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 positive. Taken a beta. A perfect alignment is avoided by the thermal agitation or by the thermal kinetic energy of these dipoles. Okay, done. अब यहाँ क्या होगा? अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. So the net charge of all this was equal to 0. Okay, net charge is indeed equal to 0 again, but these charges will cancel in pairs. Like this. This negative will cancel with this positive, this negative will cancel with this positive, and so on. So as a result of it, this phase will develop a negative charge, a net negative charge like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? And this phase will develop a net positive charge like this. Okay? So that means whenever a polar dielectric is placed in a region of uniform electric field, each dipole will experience a torque and thereby they will be oriented or aligned in the direction of the external electric field. In doing so, the opposite faces of the dielectric will develop opposite charges. Like this face will develop a minus sigma charge and this face will develop a plus sigma charge like this, plus sigma charge. But I will write here minus sigma I plus sigma I implies its induced charge. ठीक है ना बेटा? And this phenomena of development of the charge on the opposite face of dielectric is called as polarization. ठीक है ना बेटा? So this actually what happens when we place a polar dielectric in a region of uniform electric field. Okay, you just freeze the screen and write it down. यहाँ तक लिखो बेटा. Okay, so I will write down all these important points here. अब देखो बेटा, I'll write down this commentary here. देखो बेटा क्या हो जाएगा. So point number 1 is this. Point number one is each electric dipole experiences torque which tends to align the dipole in the direction of electric field. ठीक है ना बेटा? Simple. Okay. Now next point is this. Point number 2 is this. That thermal kinetic energy 1 by 2 K into T by K is Boltzmann constant, T is temperature. Avoids perfect alignment. ठीक है ना बेटा? Avoids perfect alignment. Point number 3 is that. Next point is this. That polarization of dielectric occurs. Now what we mean by polarization? Polarization implies development of opposite charge on the opposite face of dielectric. Simple. And one more point is that now the net dipole moment is not equal to 0. In this very case, net dipole moment was equal to 0. But in this very case, the net dipole moment will no longer be equal to 0. It's not equal to 0 now. In this very case. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. तो लिखो बेटा ये. So write down all these important points. Okay. There occurs actually one more effect and that's called as weakening of the electric field. Okay. लेकिन हम वो later on पढ़ेंगे. I am sure that you are following me. You are getting it. कुछ इसमें है नहीं. Quite easy. Very simple. Okay. The next is that number 2 is non-polar dielectric. Now suppose that we place a non-polar dielectric in a region of electric field. Okay. So next point number 2 लिखो बेटा non-polar. Okay. So number 2 here I will write out. Number 2 non-polar. That means I will take a non-polar dielectric. That's like this. Non-polar dielectric is that dielectric which is composed of non-polar molecules. Simple. So these are non-polar molecules like this here, one, another, and so on. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. So this positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So what is the dipole moment of each molecule? 0. What is the net dipole moment? That is also equal to 0. So net dipole moment is simply equal to 0. Got it? Okay. Next what I will do is this. Again I will place in a region of uniform electric field. Okay. This time the torque will be equal to 0. Because when the dipole moment of this molecule is equal to 0, so there cannot be any torque. If you clearly remember, the torque is equal to P cross E. ठीक है ना बेटा? और P is sin theta. Torque will be equal to PE multiplied with sin theta. Now in this very case, what is the dipole moment of each molecule? At P that is equal to 0, which in turn implies the torque कितना होगा बेटा? Obviously 0. So there is nothing like torque. But what happens is that's called a stretching of molecules. Stretching of molecules implies this. I'll explain it here. यहाँ मैं explain करूँगा यहाँ. I'll explain it here. अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. For example, this is a region of electric field. So this is positive plate and this is negative plate. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now suppose that there is a non-polar molecule. A non-polar molecule placed in a region of uniform electric field. Obviously, positively charged particles will be accelerated towards the negative, and negative will be pulled towards positive. So what will happen? What will happen is that there will occur stretching of molecule like this. It will no longer be spherical, and negative charge centers and positive charge centers will be separated like this. Will be separated, okay? So that the dipole moment of this molecule no longer remains 0. That is not equal to 0 now, because now the negative and the positive are clearly separated. So same situation will happen in this very case as well. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, there is no perfect alignment like this. The reason is that thermal agitation. Thermal agitation will avoid again the perfect alignment. So what was the situation in the polar dielectric? The exactly same situation is in the non-polar dielectric, but why a different way? In that very case, torque is exerted on each molecule, but in this very case, stretching of molecule occurs on each molecule. Okay, so this is actually what happens. So again, it implies that this phase will develop a negative charge, this phase will develop a positive charge. Okay, so now these important points here, these important points. ठीक है ना बेटा? These important points. So point number 1, I will rub this off because there is nothing like torque. Okay, so what I will write here is this. इसके बदले में क्या लिखूंगा बेटा? इसके बदले में लिखूंगा each molecule will be stretching. As simple as that. So here I will write down each molecule will be stretched. Will be stretched so that dipole moment of each molecule, so that P is not equal to 0. Dipole moment of each molecule is not equal to 0. This point is common. Then there is thermal kinetic energy which will avoid the perfect alignment. Then again polarization dielectric occurs. Obviously this phase develops negative, this phase develops positive. Net dipole moment is not equal to 0. ठीक है ना बेटा? So again pause the screen and write it down. तो लिखो बेटा यहाँ तक. Okay. Okay. So again I will rub this off. So the important point is that whenever a dielectric is placed in a region of uniform electric field, polarization of the dielectric occurs, net dipole moment of the dielectric will not be equal to 0. As simple as that. ठीक है ना बेटा? अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. Okay, now concentrate on this. Okay. Now finally I will write down this important point, and that's like this. अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. Simply, for example, here we have this is one plate and this another plate, and this is a dielectric. A dielectric slab placed in a region of uniform electric field. This here plus sigma, this is minus sigma. So uniformly charged sheet, and this is a uniformly charged sheet like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? So in this direction there is an external electric field that is equal to E naught, which is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. That is directed from positive to negative. When we place a dielectric, whether it is polar or it is non-polar, polarization of the dielectric occurs. Polarization implies that there will occur separation of the positive and negative charge. So this phase will develop a negative charge, and this phase will develop a positive charge obviously. So this here plus sigma I, and this here minus sigma I. field will be established inside the electric field, inside the dielectric like this, and that will be from positive to negative like this. And this electric field is called as induced electric field, which is in turn equal to sigma I by epsilon 0. And obviously it will be direct from here to here. Okay, so here I will write down this important point. Important point is this, that if dielectric, whether that dielectric is polar, oblique, NP applies non-polar, is placed in a region of uniform electric field, then point number A is that the net dipole moment of the dielectric will not be equal to 0. Point number B, polarization of dielectric occurs. Now that's clear to you. Polarization simply applies separation of positive and negative charge. And point number C is this. Induced electric field or electric field is induced in the dielectric. Electric field is induced in the dielectric. Electric field is induced in the dielectric opposite to external electric field. Okay. So this what actually happens. So in this direction, which implies that there will occur what? Weakening of electric field. That means the net electric field E now. Net electric field in this region. This E naught is left, positive, negative, or in this direction towards right. So this direct towards left. That means E will be equal to E naught minus EI, or that's equal to sigma by epsilon 0 minus sigma I divided by epsilon 0. ठीक है ना बेटा? तो लिखो यहाँ तक. So write down all these important points. Simply, if a dielectric is placed in a region of electric field, number one, dipole moment of the electric. There is dielectric. Okay, that will be in this direction, dipole moment. So there is the P net, which is not equal to 0. Dipole moment will no longer be equal to 0. Polarization will occur. Electric field will be induced inside, and that's called induced electric field, which will be equal to sigma I by epsilon 0. Now this is the external field, and this is the internal field, and the two are opposed to each other. So this will cancel a part of this. That means we are left with what we call as residual or remnant electric field, and that's like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? So pause the screen and write down. यहाँ तक लिखो बेटा. यहाँ तक लिखो. Okay. So till now we have studied what is polar dielectric and what's non-polar dielectric, and what is the behavior of polar and non-polar dielectric in a region of uniform electric field. Okay. अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. Now next we'll define very important, and that's called as dielectric constant. वो हमने already define किया है in electrostatics जब हम Coulomb's law पढ़ते थे. ठीक है ना बेटा? We'll redefine that here. Dielectric constant. तो लिखो बेटा dielectric constant, or that's also called as relative permittivity. Dielectric constant and relative permittivity, they are one and the same thing. और हमने प्रूव भी किया था, अगर आपको याद होगा. इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स में हमने ये पढ़ा था K is equal to epsilon or that's equal to F naught divided by Fm. अगर आपको याद होगा, it's like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? So again we define that. So here I will write down dielectric constant denoted by K of a medium or of a dielectric of a medium. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, so dielectric constants like this. अब ध्यान रखो बेटा. How we define the dielectric constant? Simply it is defined like this. K is equal to, it is defined as the ratio of external electric field. So here I will write down external electric field or applied electric field, which is E naught, divided by residual electric field or net electric field. Residual electric field, which is denoted by E. ठीक है ना बेटा? So simply it's like this. K is equal to E naught divided by E, or it is equal to E naught, E is in turn equal to E naught minus EI. ठीक है ना बेटा? By EI is called induced electric field. So this equation number first. Simply, what physically dielectric constant means is this, ध्यान रखना बेटा यहाँ. Suppose that E naught is equal to कुछ भी ले लो, suppose it is equal to 20 Newton per coulomb. E naught implies it was the electric field before placing the electric gear. It's the external electric field. ठीक है ना बेटा? And suppose now we place the dielectric here. So will electric field get weakened or it will get strengthened? Obviously it will get weakened because this electric field is in this direction and this opposed to it. So this will kill a part of this. ठीक है ना बेटा? So that means this electric field will get weakened. And suppose the electric field, new electric field is equal to कुछ भी ले लो like let's take it 4 Newton per coulomb. This is the electric field when the dielectric slab is placed inside the region of electric field. The ratio of the two, that's E naught divided by E, is equal to 5. So that's called dielectric constant. तो अब इस 5 का मतलब क्या है? इस 5 का ये मतलब है that the electric field decreases or reduces or weakens 5 times on placing this dielectric here. ठीक है ना बेटा? अगर आपको याद होगा K is equal to 81 or water is equal to, that means if this entire arrangement is dipped inside water, the electric field will become E0 by 81, will weaken by 81 times. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, so simple it's like this. Okay, so K is equal to this. So equation number first. यहाँ लिखो आप physical interpretation. यहाँ लिखो बेटा physical interpretation of K. Physical interpretation of K. Write down physical interpretation of K. So write down physical interpretation of K is that value of K. वहाँ पर लिखो बेटा value of K is a measure of how much electric field weakness. How much electric field weakness in presence of dielectric. How much electric field weakness in presence of dielectric. ठीक है ना बेटा? एक क्वेश्चन आया था AMOS 2016 में. A question has been asked in AMOS 2016. And the question is like this. Okay, I will give data. That data can be different, but the question was exact like this. It was like this. Suppose that the force between two charged particles which are separated by vacuum F naught is equal to 100 Newton. It's 100 Newton. Okay, and then K dielectric constant is given to you. It's equal to 4. It is 4. Then you will have to calculate. Yeah, that means the force when this dielectric separates the two charges. So simple ये equation use करनी है. So K will be equal to F naught divided by F. ठीक है ना बेटा? That means F will be equal to F naught by K. बस हो गया. F naught कितना है? 100. K कितना है? 4. That's equal to 25. ये एग्जांपल हमने की है 25 न्यूटन. ये एग्जांपल हमने ऑलरेडी की है. We have done this in the Coulomb's law as well. Okay. तो simple procedure क्या है? K is equal to 4. 4 implies that the force will reduce by 4 times. Now 100 divided by 4 is 25. So the force weakness and it becomes 25 Newton. 100 by 25 is 4 and that's called dielectric constant. Simple concept. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. Now here another important point. अब ध्यान को बेटा. Another important point is like this. Another important equation rather. Another important equation, and that is relation between wise and beta. Relation between K and sigma I. Relation between K and sigma I. At times the question is asked on this. That sigma is given to you and the K is given to you and you are supposed to calculate sigma I or otherwise. ठीक है ना बेटा? So simple. We use this equation that is K is equal to external electric field divided by residual electric field. That's equal to external divided by E naught minus EI. So this is K. Simply this E naught is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. EI is equal to sigma I by epsilon 0, where sigma I is induced charge density on the dielectric. So K will be equal to, ध्यान रखो बेटा, E naught के बदले हम क्या लिखेंगे? Sigma by epsilon 0. अब इस E naught के बदले क्या लिखेंगे? Sigma by epsilon 0. इसके बदले ये लिखेंगे sigma I divided by epsilon 0. Epsilon naught will cancel. Sigma divided by sigma minus sigma I. So this is K. Equation number second. Very important equation. From here you can calculate anything. Two parameters must be given to you. Third parameter you can calculate. If sigma and sigma I is given to you, you can calculate K. If sigma and K is given to you, you can calculate sigma I. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, there's one more equation as well. ये आप लिखो यहाँ पर. Pause screen and write it down. One more equation. There's one more equation. And that will follow from here. From equation number 2. और एक equation लिखते हैं बेटा. मिल go for the cross multiplication. So I say k sigma minus k into sigma I. K into sigma I is equal to sigma. ठीक है ना बेटा? K sigma minus k into sigma I is equal to, that's equal to sigma. Okay, now I will try to calculate sigma I. So it will be k